para sa mga ekonomista, future ekonomista, and ekonomista at heart.
Welcome to #the JPES Experience podcast, the official podcast of the Junior Philippine Economic Society.
And this is your officer in charge for Luzon, Leslie Ruzal.
And I am from the Public Relations Committee, Cyrus Baraba. Ate Bless!
Hi, Sai.
Hello naman sa'yo. Grabe naman.
I hope
Grabe
you had a great day today. Ikaw ba, Sai? How are you?
I'm fine, Ate Bless, and talagang lumalaban talaga, no, para sa ekonomiya. Pero yun nga, Ate Bless, since last episode na to ng season 1 natin, akalain mo yon.
Nakaabot tayo on our last episode, Feeling ko
Yes.
ang dami kong mamimiss with season 1. But ganun talaga, we have to go on. And sa totoo lang nakakatuwa. And it's really a blessing for me to be part of this podcast. And for sure naman, yung mga listeners natin, they learned a lot from this season. Ikaw ba, Sai? How do you feel?
And I feel the same way, Ate Bless. Feeling ko sa sobrang daming inputs na binigay natin sa ating mga listeners, ang dami na nila talagang matututunan. And because of that, Ate Bless, alam mo ba, napaka-special ng araw na to. Etong last episode na to, kasi di nyo na-expect, guys. Promise.
Ayun, alam mo, Sai, dudugtungan ko yung sinabi mo. Yes, since this is the last episode of season 1, it means na we have 2 very special guests. Kaya nasabi mo kanina na special to kasi may special guest tayo. And they're
Yes.
special talaga kasi they are the president and the EVP of the 35th National Council.
Yes, Ate Bless. And Miss Dominica Vitriolo is our 35th National Council President, and while Miss Cherise Villaruel is the 35th National Council Executive Vice President.
Kaya let's now join them at nandito na ang ating special guest dahil ang episode natin ngayon is about the student leader life.
Yes, Ate Bless, alam mo, itong episode na to is kind of cliche kung feeling nila parang gano'n, no? Pero I think that this episode reminds us na napaka-importante din naman na we students should step outside the box and alam mo yun, mag-step up para maging student leader in the future.
Before we proceed, Sai, kumustahin muna natin ating mga guests.
Yes, Ate Bless, no? So, Ate Char, bago tayo magtungo sa mga marami pang questions for today's episode, siyempre, ano muna tayo? Icebreaker, kumbaga, di ba? So, Ate Char, kamusta ka naman po?
Okay naman ako despite the busy schedule. Kahit na maraming ginagawa, my heart is full. And of course, gusto ko mag-thank you sa inyo for inviting us here.
Ay, grabe naman yun, Ate Char. It's our pleasure, yes. So, ayun, Ate Char. So, first icebreaker ko naman sa'yo, no? Before tayo nga magtungo. Ano ba ang nauuna, ate? Student or leader?
Yun.
Hindi naman ibig sabihin na kapag ka-leader ka, ikaw ang nauuna. Siyempre, ang sagot natin dyan ay students because as student leaders, we respond to the needs of the studentry. They are the reason why we are here and their concerns are the ones we address. Kaya being a student leader is not merely a badge of honor talaga, but it is a huge responsibility, Sai.
Ay, grabe naman. Ate Bless, simula pa lang yun, ha? Simula pa lang yun.
Grabe naman yung sagot ni Ate Char. So, ngayon naman, Sai, let's proceed naman to our president. So, Miss Nika, how are you today?
Ayun, despite of the busy schedule, I can say na I'm fine so far. Considering the fact that we have ACADS and org, syempre laban pa rin, di ba?
Yes, that's nice to hear. And totoo yun, laban pa rin talaga despite of, of the workloads and such. So now, tatanungin ko rin sa'yo yung same question. Ano nga ba ang nauuna? Ang pagiging estudyante o ang pagiging lidero?
Siguro, I could say both, pero if I have to choose one, maybe let's be a student first.
Mm-hmm.
Kasi, I mean, we have to really prepare ourselves for the real world. We have to really brace ourselves for real situations na kakaharapin natin as a student leader.
Ayun, totoo yun. So, Sai, palaban din.
Alam mo Ate Bless, parang hindi na ata
Grabe.
tayo kailangan dito.
Parang wait lang, papasok ko na. Papasok ko na. Pero you know what? Ayun, going back nga sa answer ni Press Nika, totoo yon na talagang we have to be a student first, di ba?
Yes,
And
Ate.
yes, I agree with that. Ikaw ba, Sai? What's your say?
Pero yun nga Ate, kasi since bago tayo maging student leader, kailangan muna natin mag-start sa pagiging student
Mm-hmm.
since sa pagiging student, doon mo parang makikita kung ano nga ba yung mga nangyayari sa paligid mo, yung mga ganun. And paano natin siya ma-handle as a student leader, 'di ba?
Yes. And so to our listeners, take note, that is only our icebreaker question, and yet ang dami nating natututunan and ang dami na nating inputs from them. Okay, so
Yes.
I guess let's proceed na.
So yun nga Ate Char, no, since nabanggit mo na nauuna talaga ang pagiging student bago mag-transition sa student leader, paano nga ba nag-start yung pagiging student leader mo? And ano yung mga journey na napagdaanan?
So I think my case, it is in it in me even when I was still a kid pa. I was always selected as an officer of different clubs. Pero nung nag-college ako, that was when my student leadership journey leveled up. I started as a member of this committee in my home organization, Economics Research Society. Then that was when I also joined youth organizations. Then come second year college, I ran for presidency in my home organization and fortunately I won. And this third year, naging part ako ng National Council ng Junior Philippine Economic Society as Executive Vice President even if I wasn't a part of the organization before. That was so unexpected for me because
Mhm.
they trust me that much. Of all those years until now, ang dami kong natututunan, ang dami kong nakakasalamuha, at ang daming emosyon na naghalo-halo na until now nararamdaman ko pa rin kapag naiisip ko yung journey ko as a student leader. And I must say, organizations do really hone people into the best individuals they can be.
Alam mo, Ate Bless, sabi ko na dapat umexit na tayo dito. Hindi ko kinakaya yung mga sagot na itong mga Hindi, joke lang po. Pero grabe, no, Ate Bless, makikita natin dun sa mga experience ni Ate Char na bata pa lang talaga, nandun na Parang nasa puso na.
Mhm.
Yes naman, yes. Nasa puso na ng pagiging leader. And alam mo yun, ang galing lang kasi
Totoo.
nag-step up siya, 'di ba? Lalo na nung nag-transition sa college, parang doon bumuhos talaga lahat. And I think that kahit na nasa third year na si Ate Char, Ate Bess, alam mo, feeling ko marami pa siyang matututunan pagdating na fourth year. And eventually, 'di ba? Magagamit niya 'yon sa mga darating na pang mga journey.
Yes. And actually, isa sa nagrema sa akin yung sinabi ni Ate Char na ano yun, parang innate her is leadership. Kumbaga, parang nasa kanya na yun. So, ganun talaga, no? Kapag, there's the seed of leadership in your heart talaga. As in,
Yes.
talagang mag-i-sprout yun in your life. Eh ngayon naman, let's proceed naman with Miss Nika. So, Miss Nika, ikaw naman, could you share to us, paano nag-start ang iyong student leader journey?
Well, actually, if Char started as early as elementary,
Mm-hmm.
ako vice versa. Or in the other way around.
Mm-hmm.
When I was elementary up until junior high school, I can still remember I was a shy person. You know, I rarely voice out. I rarely give my opinions, give my ideas and such. Kasi I don't know, dahil vitriolo ka, V, nasa likod ka lagi. But yeah, so that's how it started. And then when I was just, a student athlete back those days. And then siguro fast forward when I entered senior high school, I can't play. I can't play sports already. So I ask myself, wait, what's my purpose if I can play sports? What's my purpose now? Until ayun na, parang nung senior high school, there were a lot of leadership opportunities that are open. So parang it was just me and the opportunity. So I just need to grab it. So parang ganun. So I started siguro as a business manager, but those days I was hesitating myself. So sabi ko, shit, kaya ko ba to? Student council. Student council in colleges were not really that, we're not really that open, parang ganun. So, medyo delic siya nun. But I tried, And then fast forward, I joined again the following year, but I stepped up my game. Sabi ko, okay, come on, let's take this leap of faith. So, okay, I tried applying as the vice president. So, I got in naman. So,
Yeah.
fast forward college, there were a lot of unified organizations that are open. So sabi ko, oh my God, UST is such a huge university, and I was just like an ant on the grass. Parang ganun. So sabi ko, oh my God, can I do this? Can I level up my game this time? So sabi ko, oh, come on, why not? Kung nakaya ko nung senior high school, so why not now?
Mhm.
So, back then, I joined a global organization. Tapos, at first, syempre, takot-takot, diba? But then, as time goes by, I met people from different universities, from ADMO, LaSalle, UPD, and then I found out na parang, oh, the mindset of the people in this organization were really good, ganyan. So, yeah, so it's all started there. But then, as time goes by talaga, you will encounter a lot of challenges. There were times that I failed as well. There were times that I succeed. But the most important thing that I've learned is confidence can always be gained by learning. Learning from all of the experiences that you had. So, yeah, up until, just continue doing your best in anything that
Mhm.
you do. So, yeah.
Grabe
Grabe.
na. Grabe
Grabe
yun,
yun.
Ate Nika.
Grabe yun, Miss Nika. And totoo talaga, no? And parang this time, parang it's another story naman, di ba? And like yung kay Ate Char, di ba? Since kid, parang parang she could see it na, and parang it's innate her. And compare with this, kay Nika, she has a different experience, no? Totoo naman kasi talaga may mga student leaders na nag-a-arise na parang hindi mo in-expect minsan na, ay, dati parang tahimik lang to sa room,
Mm.
ganito, ganyan.
Yeah.
And now we could see them growing, And,
Yes.
let us be an inspiration to our listeners, di ba, Sai?
Yes. Yes, Ate Bless, tamang-tama yan. Kaya nga, yung sinabi ni Ate Nika na she tried talaga na
Mhm.
sumali ng sumali ng sumali hanggang sa, alam mo yun, nahuhone na yung characteristic na parang natututunan niya na yung kung paano tumatakbo yung mga organizations and stuff. And eventually, di ba, na-acquire niya na yon sa pagiging student leader na.
Ayun na nga. So, since kwento niyo yung student leader journey niyo and how you started and how you've been doing right now, ano yung sign or kung meron man na, if there was a sign na hiningi nyo or parang there was a sign na parang lumitaw, ano yung sign na yon na parang nakapag-push sa inyo or nakapag-encourage sa inyo na, hey, I'm for this field, that, hey, I'm called to be a leader. So, what sign was it?
For me, the sign that I was looking for when I realized that I needed to take the call is a sign of personal courage. You just really had to take the leap. You just really need to heed the call because someone has to help, and
Yeah.
that someone is you. And
Mm-hmm.
of course, the second sign is people's trust because that is what will fuel you as a leader. People's trust will make you feel, ah, nandito ako para sa mga taong to. Naniniwala sila sa akin at hindi ako susuko dahil may mga taong naniniwala sa akin.
Wow. Yeah, that's...
Grabe naman yon.
Mhm.
Ate Bless, pengin tissue. Pengin tissue.
And now let's hear naman from Ate Nika. So, Ate Nika, what was that sign for you?
Siguro for me, when you will decide on something, alam mo yung flinch sa puso mo. When you feel that snap on your heart na saying,
Mhm.
oh, this might be scary, but I have to.
Mhm.
That kind of feeling. I know everyone feels that, And sometimes it is backed up by fear.
Mhm.
Fear na, oh my god, what if I fail? What if I failed doing my duties and such. But then if you will look on the positive side, yung as in yung fighting spirit talaga, or yung burning passion na, oh, I have to, cause I wanted to become the leader I wish I had. So
Mhm.
for me, that's the primary thing, na parang you wanted to empower other people, you wanted to see them grow. If you wanted to see other people grow, then why can't you step up your game, and then why can't you improve yourself first? Di ba we always wanted na, hala, I wanted everyone to experience welfare. I wanted everyone na okay sila. Pero if you won't take a step to help them, then it's like, if not now, then when? If not me, then who? Parang ganun. So it's just, that feeling, that flinch on your heart. Pakiramdaman mo lang siya.
Yes.
Ayun.
So, yun, Sai, di ba? Like what Ate Nika said, yung flinch sa heart, di ba? And
Yes.
totoo naman talaga yun, di ba? We could feel na minsan natatakot tayo, what if we fail, gano'n.
Ayun nga, Ate Bless, siyempre, di ba, ang pagiging student leader is hindi naman siya basta-basta na, ay gusto ko maging student leader, ay gusto ko
Mhm.
magbida-bida, ay gusto ko maging ganito.
Yeah.
But, alam mo yun, yung pagiging student leader kasi is like, giving your all and stepping up para, alam mo yun, ma-address yung mga problems na naranasan ng mga
Mhm.
students na students kagaya natin, di ba? So, yung nakuha ko dun sa dalawang sagot ni Ate Char and Ate Nika is that yung courage natin and yung flinch, yung snap sa heart natin is very maliit siyang bagay pero alam mo yon, it can go big eh, 'di ba?
Mhm.
Yung simpleng bagay na naramdaman mo na yon is like a thing na kapag ginamit mo yon, kapag pinush mo yon, wala. Ang layo ng mararating mo as a leader and as a person talaga. No, Ate Bless?
Yes, totoo. I agree, Sai. And, ngayon pa lang on the first question, sobrang na-empower na tayo. And I hope na-empower din ng ating listeners. And now, let's proceed to the next one.
Since na-share na ni Ate Nika and Ate Char yung mga experiences nila from the past and mga experiences nila ngayon as a student leader. So Ate Nika, ano nga po ba yung favorite part mo as a student leader?
Siguro for me, simple lang eh. Basically to see your members grow and become leaders of their own. And basically you just, helping them to become the best version of themselves. As easy as that, if you see them grow, if you see them serve the people, serve the country in general, or to produce new set of leaders also. That became my happiness. Sorry, ang selfless, pero yeah, it became my simple happiness.
Oo nga naman, Ate Nika, grabe naman yun. Pero I think that hindi yun selfless eh. Kasi
Mhm.
yun yung personal experience mo and personal na, alam mo yun, personal happiness mo, di ba? So, ayun, Ate Bless, ikaw ba? Ano masasabi mo?
Ayun, totoo naman yun. Actually, seeing seeing your members or your co-officers grow, talagang nakaka-fulfill yun. And as a leader talaga, isa din sa happiness is yung makapag-raise up ka din ng, leaders na magko-continue or magi-start or magpa-pioneer rather ng changes not only in the organization but also in our society. So yes, that's happiness. And ngayon naman, tanungin natin si Ate Char. So ikaw, Ate Char, ano yung favorite part mo sa pagiging student leader?
Like Nika, one of my most favorite parts of student leadership is being able to connect and to inspire, because that is our purpose as student leaders, to be able to to be able to communicate, to build friendships, to show compassion. Yun yung mga bagay na favorite ko sa journey as a student leader. Because who knows, you might be saving a life. Ang dami kong kilala na part ng organization na yung organization yung pakiramdam nilang home nila. Doon sila tanggap, doon sila malayang ginagawa yung mga bagay na gusto nila. And this is really the foundation of building and sharing a community kasi, where you share a common goal with a group of people. And because of this favorite part din na pag-connect and pag-inspire sa ibang tao, you influence them to be the leaders on their own.
Palaban na palaban talaga, di ba,
Yeah, and
Ate
it's really
Bless?
happy and it's really healthy na, you're working with an organization with, alam mo na, you have the common goal, di ba? Pare-pares kayo ng goal. Pare-pares kayo ng kung ano yung gusto ng heart niyo. Parang kumbaga nagsama-sama kayo for that one goal.
Yes. Yun, Ate Bless. So, yun nga, di ba, since nabanggit kanina nila Ate Nika and Ate Char na ang dami na nilang napagdaanan eh. And sa mga napagdaanan nila, hindi naman may iwasan na, syempre, meron tayong may experience na, alam mo, yung mga challenges ba, na along the way, 'di ba? Hindi naman yung pagiging student leader kasi hindi naman siya smooth flowing eh. 'Di ba? Kagaya nga nasabi kanina na along the way meron talagang mga challenges na maaari nilang harapin, ganyan. So, for Ate Nika naman, since alam mo yun, Ate Nika, um, as a student, hindi naman pwedeng na student ka lang tapos magkahiwalay pa yung student leader. Parang magkasama siya, 'di ba? So, paano mo hinarap or ano yung mga challenges na hinarap mo as a student leader?
Siguro, I mean, let's all face it, time management.
Yes,
Of
Ate.
course, there were times na you have to prioritize the things needed to be done in the organization you, before yourself, rather. Um, there were times na, instead of you sleeping early, instead of you um, going out with your friends, instead of you catching up with a lot of things na basically social life, parang ganyan. Of course, you have this passion to help. You have this passion na I have to finish this. The people need me. Kasi if I won't help them, if I prioritize myself, hindi rin ako makakatulog. Hindi rin ako makakatulog ng, safe and sound at night. Kasi, I mean, if you really have this passion to serve, talagang, alam mo yon, tatawagin ka talaga niya eh, na, okay, I needed to be here and I wanted to be here. Parang ganun. And there were times na nasa-sacrifice din yung other things. But it's okay kasi I myself know that I enjoy what I do.
Ayun, Ate Nika. Pero to add up, no, Ate Nika, paano nga ba natin pwede ma-handle yung time management?
Basically siguro if you are really, kasi I mean, let's admit this, it's hard to be a student leader. I mean, agree naman kayo dun, di ba?
Yes, yes,
But
yes.
siguro by prioritizing what it is needed to be done first, before you sleep at night. Kasi that's how I often do. That's what I do talaga eh. It's either I set a schedule on a Google Calendar na, oh, okay, sige, tomorrow morning I have a class. After my class, I have an O2O with my VP. Or after my O2O with my VP, I have a meeting with this um with this uh with this organization or such. So parang alam mo yon, you just have to be really detailed, or you don't really need to be organized naman, but you just prioritize muna what is needed to be done. Kasi you just take things small step, or you just take things one at a time. Tama ba? You just have to take things, as simple as that. Kasi at the end of the day, you're gonna realize na, oh, ang dami ko palang na-accomplish by just doing simple things. Ayun,
Ye-
ganun.
Yes naman, grabe. Tamang-tama ka dyan, Ate Nika. Pero, di ba, guys, sa ating mga listeners, dapat tandaan niyo yung sinabi ni Ate Nika na learn to prioritize kasi napaka-importante talaga niyan in order to accomplish the things that we need. So yun, Ate Char, since yun nga, marami tayong responsibilities as a student, based on your experience, what are the challenges did you face as a student leader?
Ay, naku, Sai, marami. Too many to mention.
Ay, grabe
Mula,
yan.
True. Mula sa bashing, technical problem sa day ng event, pati yung lack of time management din kung minsan, at marami pang iba. Pero mula dun sa problems na yon, mag-a-arise din naman yung solution. You just have to think from a different perspective. Isipin mo na what you're experiencing right now, kung ano man yung trouble na pinagdadaanan mo ngayon, that is not a new problem anymore. You just have to find the right approach to solve them.
Totoo yun, Ate Char, no? Yung mga na-experience mo is parang talagang doon ka matututo and by that situations, parang mas makikita mo nga yung mas malaking perspective doon sa nangyari na mga challenges na yun. And by the time na ma-experience mo ulit yung mga challenges na yun, is alam mo na kung ano nga ba dapat yung mga gawin and alam mo na kung paano ka mag-move or mag-act doon sa situation na yun. Di ba, Ate Bless?
Totoo yun. Totoo talaga. At saka, ano yun isa talaga sa mga challenges din. Katulad nung sinabi ni Char kanina na sa mga, pag ikaw student officer ka, gano'n, parang binabash ka, gano'n. Hindi talaga maiwasan yung mga ganung bagay. Or di kaya question yung statements nyo and stuff, gano'n. Kapag may event, may mga reklamo yung students, gano'n. Like, syempre, isipin nyo, nag-exert kayo ng effort, ng pagod for that, tapos yun yung maririnig yung feedback. It's really not easy to handle that. Pero, talagang, dito natin makikita na nakaka-encourage and nakaka-inspire si Ate Char and si Ate Nika na despite of those challenges, still nagtutuloy pa rin sila.
Yes,
Right?
Ate Bless.
Mm-hmm. And now naman, to proceed, no? Siyempre, sa ating mga organizations, meron tayong mga kanya-kanyang kultura. Diba? And meron tayong mga kanya-kanyang, parang meron tayong feels, kumbaga may vibe or whatever you call it. So, now let's ask them both, how was it like to be in an organization? So, unahin siguro natin marinig si Miss Nika. Yes, Miss Nika, so how was it like to be in an organization?
Siguro one word. One basic word. Awesome.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh, basically kasi, if you will, I don't wanna compare, pero sige, if you will compare your life na stuck ka lang sa four walls of your virtual classroom, tapos you're doing org at the same, compared to you engaging yourself to organization, it's really different eh. Kasi
Mm-hmm.
with organizations, you're gonna interact with people who has a different level of mindset. And in organizations kasi you will have the chance to interact with different types of people with different background, different culture, different attitude. And one thing lang siguro yung pagkaka-pare-pareho nila. Siguro yung mindset na we need to finish something na nagtutulungan.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I see it eh. In organizations, it's fine if you copy the work ethic of someone. It's fine if you ask for help. But inside the four corners of your classroom, do you think it's allowed to uy, pakopya naman ako ng sagot mo, 'di ba? Parang it's kind of a different kasi mindset pa lang ng mga taong nag-org, you can see that there's really different that you can really apply outside the real life. It's like dito nabubuo yung confidence natin, dito nabubuo yung encouragement natin, dito nabubuo yung empowering others, striving for excellence, being a solution-oriented as a person. It all starts from the organizations. And I guess it's all evident with the people every time I talk to org people, maski anong position man yan, maski mababa or mataas, still the same. Right? So, joining an organization is the best thing that ever happened to me, I guess.
It's really inspiring talaga. And totoo yung sinabi ni Miss Nika kanina na talagang it's evident kapag the person you're talking to or to whoever man nakausap mo, halata yun yung ganong aura, yung ganong culture. And yes, it's awesome to join organizations. 'Di ba nga kaya andito ka, Sai, 'di ba?
Yes naman, Ate Bless naman talaga. Oo.
Oo, totoo yun. And I hope to our listeners at this point, uh kumbaga I hope we were able to take a lot na kasi kumbaga ang daming encouragements. And if at this point medyo napapaisip ka na ganon, if you wanted to take another step, 'di ba, and you wanted to level up your game, so guys, you know what to do now. And now let's proceed naman with Ate Char. So ikaw naman, Ate Char, how does it feel like, or how was it like to be in an organization? How would you describe it?
To be in an organization or organizations is so much fun. Literal na fun. Pero yung org culture kasi, it depends in every organization. Pero what matters is when you enter an organization, when you join an organization, dapat aligned yung goals, yung principles, yung personality mo sa organization na kinabibilangan mo. And when you have a position in the organization and you're not just merely a member, dapat i-consider mo yung inclusivity and yung pagiging conducive ng atmosphere sa organization. Kasi isa yun sa mga pinaka-importanteng bagay na dapat natin i-consider para mag-function yung mga members ng organization. Kasi kapag nasa org ka na may magandang atmosphere, maganda yung pamamalakad, align sa value, sa principles mo, sa goal or mission mo, even when you encounter difficulties, minsan mahirapan ka man, magkulang ka sa time, hindi mo alam kung ano yung gagawin at first, kahit na nahihirapan ka pero gusto mo yung ginagawa mo, you enjoy the whole process. Hindi mo maiindahin yung hirap, pero rather, maiintindihan mo na yung hirap, parte yun ng process.
That's very relatable.
Totoo
Totoo.
yan, Ate
Very
Bless.
relatable. Kasi hindi naman talaga maiwasan yung hirap, 'di ba? Lalo na when you're in service, talagang nakakapagod. Lalo na kapag, 'di ba, you've done a lot, gano'n. Pero at the end of the day, hindi mo indahin yung pagod, 'di ba? Of course, you will look pa rin on para saan ba talaga 'to? Para saan ba natin ginagawa 'to? And totoo 'yon, Ate Char. Thank you for empowering us on that part. So ikaw ba, Sai, ano yung, kumbaga, ano yung nagrema sa'yo this time?
Siguro, Ate Bless, ang nakuha ko dun sa sinabi ni Ate Char is that tama nga naman na yung every org has different atmosphere, different yung culture nila na meron. Pero at the end of the day nga naman, kagaya din ng sinabi ni Ate Nika, yung mindset ng mga people kasi yung tinitignan natin dito and yung mga work ethics nila. And despite all the things na mahirap, ganyan, ACADS plus orgs plus other na ginagawa o ganyan, imposible talaga na hindi mahirap eh. 'Di ba? Imposible na madali lang siya.
Mhm.
Pero alam mo yun, Ate Bless, kung titignan mo nga siya sa positive way, yung hirap na yon will bring you to another world. Gusto mo yung another world, Ate Bless. Pero yun nga, di ba, parang magdadala sa'yo sa mas malayo pa na mararating mo in the future.
It will surely pay off, yung mga things na sacrifice or yung pinaghirapan para mag-serve, it will pay off. And talagang nakaka-strengthen, nakaka-empower yung, kumbaga, yung mga answers and yung mga sinishare sa atin ngayon ng ating mga special guests. So with
Yes.
that, Sai?
Yun nga, Ate Bless, no? Syempre, 'di ba, yung mga experience nila is parang inside org siya. So parang basically from student sa ACADS, ganyan. Sa organization, sa loob lang ng org. Pero from your experience, Ate Nika, may na-apply ba to? Do you think that may na-apply ba to sa real world?
Actually, oo eh. As in, oo, 100% yes. Mas magagamit mo yung whatever you have learned in the organization, definitely you can use it outside, basically in the real world. Kasi, I even share ko lang, I even experienced tapping a company. Tapos, this company has been asking a lot of details about me. Tapos, sabi ko, we arrived on a conversation na, oh, so are you looking for a job? Because at this moment, we needed someone basically in sales, ganyan-ganyan. But I said na, oh no, I'm still a student looking for a company to sponsor us for our event. So parang dun pa lang, with the way you interact with people, that's the first thing. With the way you interact with people, your confidence and your tiwala mo sa sarili mo na, oh, whoever I will talk to, basically lahat ng natutunan mo sa org mo is magagamit mo lahat yun. And just like what I've said din kanina, na it's all about your mindset talaga. It's all about the people, it's all about the realizations, and it's all about the knowledge that you got or that you are currently getting in the organization. Kasi in organizations, you will encounter, like what Char said din kanina, na you will encounter tons of challenges. You will encounter difficulties. But at the end of the day, it will all be worth it eh. Kasi it's really different if you're gonna learn from those experiences, and whatever happens, those experiences that you got or that you are currently experiencing, ma-apply mo yan in the real world na, oh, being a solutions-oriented pala in the organization is really helpful when you go outside of the comfort zone. If you go outside in the real world, basically. So, basically whatever inputs is equal to outputs, di ba? Whatever you put in the organization, whatever effort you put in the organization, minsan sinasabi mo, okay, they were not satisfied, they were not fulfilling for others. Kasi for them, they think na my efforts were not enough. For them na yung mga ginagawa ko, wala lang yan, ganyan. But at the end of the day, as time goes by, those inputs that you have given in the organization will all be worth it as you go outside of college somehow. It's evident, if you will talk to people who already graduated college na nag-org, iisa lang din yung sasabihin nila na it's okay for you to graduate it with no honors or without flying colors, but if you already experience the feels of being part of the organization, you really have an edge.
And go. Yes, and that's on point, Sai. Totoo yan eh, kapag naging part ka ng organization, you really have an edge, on how you negotiate with the businesses. Nakita naman natin kanina based on sa kwento ni Miss Nika na talagang, it has an advantage, sa pagkikipag-communicate pa lang, di ba? Tanungin naman natin si Ate Char. So, Ate Char, ikaw naman, sa tingin mo, paano na-apply yung mga experiences natin sa org? Paano ka nagkakaroon ng parang kumbaga na, hey, ito yung natutunan ko sa orga, gano'n. So, how can you apply it in the real world?
Kung paano ma-apply, actually, ang dami. Kasi you gain time management skills, check. Communication skills, check. Interpersonal skills, check. You develop your confidence, you adapt in any environment, not just sa career or work, but life in general. Kasi you're not just gaining knowledge or you're not just gaining knowledge or learnings or organization. You're gaining experiences. And these experiences are what you're going to use in the real world. It is not just important to be book smart. You need to be people smart, you need to be street smart, etc. Kasi sa tunay na buhay, hindi lang importante, hindi lang sapat na matalino ka. Dapat marunong kang makitungo, dapat madiskarte ka, dapat mauwido ka sa buhay. Dahil ano ka pupuntahan ng teorya kung hindi natin isa sa praktika?
Totoo.
Totoo yan, Ate Char. Grabe on point yung sagot ni Miss Char. Grabe naman yun.
Siyempre, of course, of course, yes, words matter, pero
Mhm.
what matters more is yung actions talaga.
Totoo yan.
When we manifest the words into actions. Totoo yun, Ate Char. We agree with that.
So yun, tama ka, Ate Bless, na importante talaga yun. And ang natutunan ko naman doon sa sinabi ni Ate Char is that, yun nga, hindi naman kailangan lagi kang cum laude, ganyan. Hindi naman lagi kang with highest honors. Ano lang yan, kumbaga parang ano lang siya, anong tawag dito? Extra na lang siya para 'di ba? Parang importante pa rin talaga yung kung paano ka makikisama sa mga taong nakapaligid sa'yo, lalo na sa real world, Ate Bes. You know that and paglabas natin ng college or pagtapos natin ng college, talaga namang kung diverse ang mga tao sa college, mas diverse ang mga tao sa real world. And importante na alam natin kung paano sila i-handle, ganyan, kung paano natin sila pakikisamahan. Kumbaga parang yung connection na binild natin towards that person is, alam mo yun, nandun na and magagamit natin siya Hindi lang siya basta, ay natutunan ko to, ay a-apply ko to sa akin ngayon lang. Pero, di ba, parang pang matagalan na matututunan.
Totoo. And katulad nga ng sinabi mo sa'yo, although to balance, hindi naman natin ini-invalidate talaga yung mga students na nagpe-pursue for Latin honors,
Oh,
na
yes.
graduate with flying
Mhm.
colors, di ba? We don't invalidate them naman. Pero kasi, talaga, as a person, and kapag ikaw talaga is willing to serve and you wanted, kumbaga, to maximize yourself into your full capacity din, talagang ang kailangan talaga is yung puso yung ah, pakikipagkapwa-tao. And what matters din is kung paano natin din itrato yung kapwa natin, kung paano tayo magkaroon ng malasakit, kumbaga. So, ayun, to back up kung ano yung sinabi ni Sai kanina, of course, it's good to be intellectual, it's good to be, parang intelligent, yes. Of course, it matters din. Pero, ang talagang ang makakatulong din sa pag-unlad natin is kung paano tayo magkaroon ng malasakit sa ating kapwa. Yun, di
Yes,
ba?
Ate Bless, tamang-tama yan. Ikaw
And
din on point. Yeah.
so, yun. So, for sure, the listeners have been learning a lot since this episode started. And now on this part, let us give chance for the speakers to share their final words or tips or any encouragement or anything that they could impart for the current and for the aspiring student leaders. So, Ate Char, okay, tatanungin kita directly. So, what can you share for those na nag-aspire and those na naghahangad maging estudyante leader katulad mo?
Bless, this is not a tip, but rather some words of encouragement or inspiration. This is from The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. When I have been truly searching for my treasure, every day has been luminous because I've known that every hour was a part of the dream that I wouldn't find it. When I have been truly searching for my treasure, I've discovered things along the way that I never would have seen had I not had the courage to try things that seemed impossible for a shepherd to achieve. When you are a student leader or when you aspire to be a student leader, have the courage. Believe in yourself even if no one else does. Because after all, it is not just merely about us. It is about the people that we serve. It is about our family. It is about the community, para sa bayan, para sa Diyos, para sa kalikasan, o kung sino man yung gusto mong iserve. After all, ang gusto lang naman natin is to make a difference in this world.
Tama ka dyan, Ate Char, no? Importante talaga na we should have the courage and kailangan natin maniwala sa sarili natin kasi once na, alam mo yun, wala kang confidence sa sarili mo, wala kang believe sa sarili mo, how can you make a difference, 'di ba? How can you step up, 'di ba? So, importante na yung pagiging student leader is hindi lang siya para sa iyo Para siya sa mga taong nakapaligid sa iyo. And once you make a difference, everything changes kasi. Hindi lang siya yung parang ano lang, parang straight line lang ng graph natin, no? Hindi lang siya straight lang. Hindi lang siya iisa lang yung nangyayari. Once somebody na nag-step up, merong mangyayaring iba, and hindi natin masasabi kung maganda man yun or pangit, pero at least 'di ba, you make a difference. So, to continue, no? Ate Nika, ikaw naman, what can you share na tips for current and aspiring student leaders?
Okay, sige. Siguro for someone who I call myself siguro as an empathy-driven leader or a people person, um, there might be people out there or students out there who are shy, who have fears to lead in front of the crowd, who are scared to get out of the comfort zone. I'm telling you guys, it all starts from there. Um, during my stay on different organizations, I experienced around 19 positions already. I became a member, I became a standing committee, I became an assistant vice president, I became a FASI, I started from nothing. But then if I let my fears drag me down before I entered organizations, maybe I wouldn't be talking in front of you. If I let my fears drag me down, maybe I wouldn't have experienced the different feels that an organization has to offer. The people inside of the organizations, maybe I might not be able to meet them. Your host, the people that are with me, my EVP, my VPs, my OICs, maybe I might not be given the chance to meet them. But then I did it the other way around. I let my fears, became my motivation to become leader of my own. Siguro that's the same thing with you guys. Just let your fears become your motivation to become leaders of your own, because at the end of the day, you're gonna look back and thank yourself for trying. One day you're gonna thank the people around you. One day you're gonna thank yourself for trying and overcoming those challenges. The start, the usual movies we all watch, they always say na the start will always be the hardest. But of course, as time passes by, you're gonna realize that everything will be worth it. The challenges, the failures, the success, the hardships, the circumstances, and those sleepless nights, those maybe if you guys have concerns with school, with your with your life, basically, it will all be worth it. Okay? So you just keep trying, just find your passion and find that flinch in your heart. Kasi it all starts from there. Don't be afraid if people will criticize you. Don't be afraid if people will tell you na hindi mo kaya. Because at the end of the day, you just really need to believe in yourself.
Thank you very much, Miss Nika. That was very, very empowering, no? Lalo na yung part na sinabi niya na, let your fear be your motivation. Of course, hindi talaga maiwasan yung fears, no? Pero it all starts when you decided to take a risk. A risk to serve, a risk to, level up your service, your parang scope of leadership or kung ano man yan. And that's all, 'di ba, Sai? Yun na yun. Grabe yung final answer, no? Pang Miss Universe. Wow.
Yun na nga sasabihin ko, Ate Bless, grabe naman yung final two natin.
Oo.
Walang nanalo. It's a tie. Napakagaling nila.
Pero
Pero yun,
totoo yun. Totoo talaga na nakaka-empower. And, to those who are listening right now, I hope na this brought courage, this brought encouragement to you guys. Kasi, um, walang change na mangyayari kung walang maglalakas ng loob. Dahil at the first
yes.
place, kaya nagkaroon ng pagbabago because someone took the courage to stand up. Diba?
Yes, Ate Bless. since wala kang nanalo sa ating dalawang bini-bini na guest for today, syempre importante na kailangan ko rin malaman kung anong masisay mo, 'di ba? Importante 'yon. So Ate Bless,
Hmm.
may tanong ako sa iyo.
Ano?
What can you say or what can you advise to those people na alam mo yun, gusto maging leader, and to those people na leader na din sila in their hearts, pero what can you advise pa for them?
Ayun. Actually, hindi ko in-expect pati ako tatanungin mo ka dito. Pero sige, since okay, go, laban tayo, sis. So, for me naman, what could I say? What could I advise? Ganon. Actually, this is also aligned then with the answers of Ate Char and Ate Nika, no? Since they are our examples of being leader. Pero siguro, ito na lang lagi kong sasabihin, ano? Kapag dumating talaga sa point na, sometimes kasi, we get to ask ourselves, no, if yung amount ba ng sacrifices, yung hard work, yung uh, yung amount na binuhos mo sa pagsuserbisyo, sa paglilingkod, sa kapwa, gano'n. Minsan tatanungin natin kung yung balik ba nun, yung return ng mga bagay na ininvest natin, was it able to compensate the amount of hardships we have gone through? And minsan, ma-hurt tayo kasi, ang dami kong binuhos, gano'n. Sobra yung binuhos ko, and yet parang ito lang yung na-reciprocate, ito yung naging feedback. Tapos minsan parang yung mga students, sabihin natin, di pa sila na-satisfy and stuff, ganun. Actually, it's inevitable eh. Pero, ito lang yung sasabihin ko for those who are aspiring to be leaders, ganun. Let us always put heart on the things that we do. Let us always put heart in service. Kasi hindi natin maiwasang hindi mapagod. Pero lagi nating iisipin kung para saan ba talaga to. Lagi't lagi para sa Diyos, para sa bayan, at para sa mga kapwa natin estudyante. So that's all. Thank you very much for that very wonderful question.
And
Ano?
thank you. Kulang
Oh.
Ate Bless ang sagot mo eh.
Yan. Ikaw naman, Sai. Reverse card, the reverse card.
Kasali ba ako dito?
Naman. Ako lang.
Okay.
Okay. So, ikaw naman, Sai, what is your advice or what could you give to those who are aspiring to be student leaders?
Ang hirap Ate Bless, na pressure ako. Charot.
Anak mo yan.
Pero, so yun nga Ate Bless, no? To answer your question, i-quote ko lang to. Sabi niya, one small step makes a difference. It is important na kapag aspiring or current student leader ka or gusto mo maging student leader, it is important na tanungin mo yung sarili mo, bakit ko ba to gusto?
Mm-hmm.
Bakit ko ba kailangan mag-step up? And by that questions, and along the way, masasabi mo na, ay, ito pala yung purpose ko. Ito pala yung gusto kong i-address na problems around me. And importante din na alam mo yung bagay na ginagawa mo eh. Dapat confident ka eh. Parang once na confident ka sa ginagawa mo and mahal mo yung ginagawa mo, and eventually, mamahalin ka din ng mga tao around you. Sana all minamahal. Anyways, pero yun nga, 'di ba? Kapag once na mahal mo na yung ginagawa mo, smooth flowing na siya eh. Hindi natin may iwasan na may mga problems na ma-encounter along the way, and hindi rin naman tayo perfect as a person, and as a leader, hindi tayo magiging perfect kahit anong mangyari. And yung mga flaws na yon, dapat i-embrace natin yon. And kailangan mahalin natin siya kasi through that flaws na meron tayo, mas may express natin and mas komportable tayo sa galaw na mga gagawin natin, di ba? So, to all the listeners out there, huwag kang matakot na mag-step up. Huwag kang matakot na, alam mo yun, to make a difference. Wag. Promise, wag. Kasi once na walang tao na gustong mag-step up, ano na lang mangyayari sa mundo natin? Ano na lang mangyayari sa mga taong umaasa sa atin? 'Di ba? Kaya kailangan importante din na, alam niyo yun, you have to step up eh. kahit na mahirap, kahit na nakakatakot, ang daming fears, ang daming ganyan, wala eh, 'di ba? Kailangan natin 'yun eh. 'Di ba? Paano magi-improve ang isang let's say for example, organization. Paano magi-improve ang isang organization kung wala mag-step up? Kung hindi ka makikipagtulungan sa mga taong around you, 'di ba? So importante talaga 'yon. Ang dami ko sinasabi, Ate Bless, 'di ba? Pero yun nga, that's all. Thank you. And I thank you. Oh, 'di ba? Kompleto 'yan, Ate Bless. Kala mo ba?
Uy, actually, ang ano din on point ka din doon, Sai, totoo. I agree with that. And, I hope, we hope that in this episode, we've learned a lot. We're empowered. And this just sums up that talagang if we really wanted, if we really wanted change or kumbaga, if we really wanted transformation na inaasam natin or ina-aspire natin, not only for our organization, for our community, but also for this nation, we have to step up, katulad ng sinabi ni Sai. So, grabe ka doon, partner. Grabe yon. Ang empowering mo doon sa part na yun. And also, before we end this episode, we would like to thank our guest speakers. So thank you for joining us, Miss Char and Miss Mika. So, palakpakan naman dyan. Palakpakan mo no.
Yun, thank you very much, Ate Char and Ate Nika. Alam nyo, grabe talaga. Walang nanalo sa Miss Universe na to. Hindi, joke lang. Hindi yun nga, grabe kasi yung mga sinabi nila, Ate Bless. Alam mo yun, nakaka-inspire na, kunyari, as for example, ako, nag-start pa lang naman ako na, alam mo yun, mas nakikita ko pa yung sarili ko na marami pa akong matututunan. And yung mga sinabi ni Ate Char and Ate Nika, ang dami kong nakuha doon na pwede ko siyang magamit in the future. And wala, ang galing nyo. Sana all. Hindi, joke lang. Pero ang galing nyo. Saludo ako sa inyo, Ate Char and Ate Nika, for stepping up, diba? Kasi kung wala sila, wala tayo. Char! So yun. Grabe, Ate Bes. Grabe tong episode na to. Hay, nakakapagod pero ang saya kasi ang dami kong natutunan, di ba nga? Pero Ate Char and Ate Nika, any final words for our listeners before we end, di ba?
So there. Bless and Sai, thank you sa opportunity na makapagsalita kami ngayon. And I would like to thank all the people behind the JPES podcast for organizing this, dahil nakapag-share, ang dami nating matututunan from all of the episodes na mapapakinggan ng ating listeners. And of course, gusto ko ring iabot ang aking pasasalamat sa mga listeners na nagstay until the end at nakinig sa aming mga kwento at words of wisdom. Thank you, everyone!
Ayun. So, nasabi naman na lahat ng partner ko. Yun din. Siguro to all the listeners of this podcast, from episode 1 to up until the last episode, I hope you guys will gain something that you guys can also apply in real life. Especially, ang dami ring preparations ng mga tao behind this podcast. So sana talaga we all have we all spare our time to listen to all of these topics, and I hope na even at this height of pandemic, we still really need to be just be the best version of ourselves always. And of course, take care everyone, especially sa mga nasa kanya-kanyang bahay ngayon. So, thank you!
And thank you very much, Miss Char and Miss Nika, for being our guest for tonight. So, ayun na nga, Sai, we are on our last episode for season 1.
Ayun na nga, Ate Bless. To all the listeners out there, makinig kayo. Makinig kayo. Dahil, huwag kayo malungkot guys ha. Huwag kayo malulungkot na last episode na to. Dahil, magbabalik pa tayo for season 2. And Ate Bless, alam mo ba?
Hindi ko pa alam.
Sa season 2 natin, ang daming magaganap. Ang daming ang daming topics na
Mhm.
interesting talaga. And guys, ang daming guest speakers. 'Di ba, Ate Bless?
Yes, I agree with that, Sai. And ang daming dapat din abangan since we will be tackling a lot of topics then uh, on the next season. And talagang, speakers pa lang and the host and everything, the content and all, it is really something that we should look forward to. Mhm. And this sums up our episode 6 for season 1. And we hope that you would still be with us for the next season. Sai?
Yes, Ate Bless, tamang-tama ka dyan. Kasi nga, sa season 2, ang dami pang magaganap. 'Di ba, Ate Bless?
Mhm. Yes. And once again, this is Blessed Rejoice Rizal.
And I am yours truly, Cyrus Barabat. See you guys. Thank you very much for listening.
Yes,
Bye.
guys.
Thank you for listening in today's episode. Share your thoughts and use hashtag the JPES Experience whenever you post.
Support the Junior Philippine Economic Society and our different social media platforms. For Facebook, you may follow the Junior Philippine Economic Society.
And for Twitter, IG, and Shopee at the JPES 1987.
Also, we are on Spotify and YouTube.